kindergartners. Welcome to the third day learning all about the wiggly worms. Now, yesterday we got to compare yummy, non-living gummy worms to living earthworms. We saw what things were the same, what things were different, and what made gummy worms non-living but earthworms living. Today we are going to explore many different uses for worms. Have you ever looked outside and you saw a bird hopping around on the ground? They were looking for worms to eat. So a lot of times birds might eat worms from the ground. Can you think of another way that people might use worms? Sometimes it has to do with the water. A lot of times people go fishing with worms. They put it on the end of their hook and they put it into the water for fish to bite on. So those are two uses for earthworms, or ways that they're used. There's also a third way that worms are used, and we're going to learn about that today. This way has to do with this pile right here. This pile kind of looks like a bunch of scraps all mixed together. Might not look like there's much that you can do with this, but actually there is. All of the scraps right here mixed together is something called compost. Can we say that together? Compost. You might be wondering, what is compost? But a lot of you might already know. Well, compost is a mix of a bunch of dead leaves or plants, old kitchen scraps, which is food that you can't eat anymore or that you're all done with from your plate when you're eating, and the center of apple cores. All of this mixed together makes compost. So your very first day of compost, you start with all of these different materials. You mix them together, you let them sit, and you keep turning it and mixing it, and then by day 30, so it's been there for a while, 30 days, about a month, it's gonna make soil. Now this soil is called compost, and it is great to put on plants and flowers, and it lets it grow and gives it a lot of nutrients. So you might be wondering, what do worms have to do with compost? Well, that is a very good question. Worms are actually wonderful for compost. If you stick them in the compost bin, worms eat up all of that material and it passes through their body, and that is how it makes compost. Now, you don't always need worms, but worms are a great addition to the compost. I have a friend, she is my neighbor. She is in first grade and she just got her very own bin of compost at her house. She uses a bunch of worms and she is going to now tell us all about compost, what it is, what she likes about it, and how she uses her wiggly worms. Enjoy!
Hi, my name is Emerson and I'm going to be showing you worm composting. My worm composting is named Worm Factory 360. First, I'm going to be showing you how much worms are here. These worms are called wood wigglers. There's 1,000 of wood wigglers in here. Let's get to cover this thing up. Like a blanket. Now I'm going to be telling you which type of foods they eat. You can see that this is not vegetables or fruit. They are tea bags. It's not poisonous. They can eat it. Now I'm going to be telling you which type of food they have in here. Lettuce. I guess set that down here. Eggshells. I'm just going to scatter that around here. Banana strips. And fruits and vegetables. That's what they eat. Every day a half pound. What happens once they eat it is, that's the question. It goes to your tummy, and then it comes out the other way into warm casting, which is like manure, which grows vegetables and plants and flowers. And why do I like composting? It's because it's so fun to watch them eat, grow up, have babies, all of those really good stuff. It's like having another 100 billion pets.
This is what Emerson's worm pile looked like when she first got them. Look at all those wiggly worms. They're crawling all over, and eventually they'll be eating all of that yummy food, and it will pass through their body and come out as compost that they'll be able to use in their gardens. Lots of wiggly worms in that bin. How fun that our first grade friend got to teach us all about compost. I bet you could now teach someone else about compost too. For your seesaw activity today, you're going to go in and first you're going to watch even more about compost with this fun video. So click on the picture to watch the video. Then you will be completing this seesaw activity. All of these pictures over here, you have to sort. So you're going to touch them and drag. Do they go into the pile that it says okay to compost with a big O? Or the one that says not okay to compost that starts with the N for not okay. Your job is to touch and drag them. Where should they go? Are they okay to compost or not okay to compost? When you're all done, click check, check. And remember, we are still learning, so I just want you to try your best, and we are going to continue to talk about compost today and tomorrow. Thanks for watching.